We now have a DNA test that we can run AI through so that we can actually see the foods that you want to be eating. And I discovered that I needed to really go easy on fats. And so by removing that and focusing heavily on the proteins, I was able to shave off almost a decade on my vascular age. It's phenomenal. Now that we have AI that's reading the reports and giving us some real-time data, we're running SNPs for sleep, for example. And I had one of you that was like, I really want to find out if my 4 hours of sleep is just genetic or if it's damaging me. And we found out that it was damaging him. It was not good for him. I've never looked back at my health or, as going through accounting and been like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have spent money or time on my health. It's just, what a waste. I feel great. I look great, not necessarily, but that was such a waste. But no, the one area where I've always has an outsized return on my investment is when I've invested in my health. All right, welcome everybody to the Health Accelerator Challenge. I'm Regan Archibald, your host today, and you'll soon have Cade joining us. And nice to see everybody coming in. Today we're going to be talking about some very interesting things, which is what have you accomplished this past year in your health? And so I'm going to share with you my health journey, kind of give you a little bit of my progress report, and pretty soon you're going to be seeing us do that for many of you who are in our programs. And so today I'm really excited to kind of roll out one of our newest kind of tools and newest processes. So you guys will be the very first to see this, but I'm going to ask you guys to answer a question. And the question is, I know that I'm healthy when so what is it that you're doing when you know that you're healthy? And one of our clients, and he's also one of my coaches, Lee Brower, I just met with him, and he said, he gave me an idea where he said, well, I know that I know that I'm healthy when I do. And so what is it that makes you feel like you're healthy? And so take some time, write it down. I know for me, you're going to hear all about me. So you'll hear some of the things that I've done. Michaela, hey, good to have you on here, Michaela. When you have good digestion, when you eat, you digest it well. You have, great digestion is a big thing. I know, sleep is a big one. When I don't have pain, that's a big one. What are the other ways that you know that you're healthy? You're healthy when you do what? I know I'm working on my health when I'm exercising, when I'm relaxing, or when I'm sleeping, when I'm great digestion. Yes. Karen, awesome to have you on. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Already starting to feel healthier since receiving my stem cell injections. It was absolutely a miracle how quickly it has worked for me. So far, it's been almost a month. Yay. Karen, and I'm so happy to hear that. Awesome. Tara, you feel when you eat well, that's when you know you're healthy. Isn't it crazy how it all works together? Karen, you're probably experiencing like, oh, I know I'm healthy when I'm not in pain all the time. So really excited for you. So I'm going to share with you, I'll share my screen here. But yeah, if we did a progress report, and we've got a big event coming up this week on Friday, and so we're hosting a Go Wellness event. If any of you would love to attend, we're doing a peptide masterclass, a functional medicine masterclass. It's going to be very clinician based, but there's a lot that you could get out of it. So if you guys would like to attend our Go Wellness event, feel free. We'd love to have you on. Once Cade joins us, he'll be able to post a link in the chat box. So here's Reagan's kind of year-long report card, and there's three primary phases that we look at when anyone's health is being looked at. Number one, we've got to analyze where the imbalances are. Number two, we've got to optimize. And then number three is the transformation. And so as we go through this, you'll start to see, what can be done. First of all, on this Health Accelerator, I want to share with you, Carol. She said, please share this with everybody. So Carol is actually my next door neighbor, the sweetest human you'll ever meet, super kind. And Carol, oh, thanks. So Cade plugged it in the chat box for those of you who want to register. It's complimentary to all of you at EastWest. It's a master class from 9 to 2 this Friday. You'll hear from Dr. Buzz Quarth, Dr. Dan Kellums. Bo Eason's going to be speaking, former NFL player, talking about how to be the best version of you. So it'll be inspirational. And then I'll be doing our peptide master class. But this is what Carol said. And this is, I love getting texts from you guys. And she sent this today. But she said, I said, how are you doing? How's things coming along? Because she works with the other team members. And so she said, I'm a new person. My body shape is improving in the best possible ways. My energy's better than ever. I feel really good and look better than I have in years. I can sleep finally, no hot flashes. So I think we can all appreciate that. No sleep, no hot flashes. I drink very little alcohol now, eat a ton of protein. If I have any cravings, it might be for lean protein and herbal tea. Amazing transformation inside and out. Howie is getting used to my daily compliments from people we don't even know. People ask Howie if he knows how lucky he is. Keep in mind, we're in a much older age group here. They're in Palm Springs right now, but I still love feeling this good and looking in the mirror and liking myself a lot. I am a walking compliment magnet. And isn't that cool? She said, I can't thank you enough for taking me from a grumpy old fat lady. She wasn't a grumpy old fat lady. She's super sweet. In her robe, having hot flashes of where I am now. I'm loving this process. Howie's scratching his head, trying to figure out how to keep up with me. So these are things that I love. And so one of the things that we're doing is we want to make sure that every single one of you knows where you're at every stage of the process. And so I'm going to show you what we did with my health journey. I'll kind of open up what I've been working on this year. And then I just did it from February 1st to December 8th because that was the easiest because we were transitioning offices January and February. So January last year was a busy month. Not really a month where I'm like, I know I'm healthy. It was not that kind of month. So my goals, improve sleep, energy, no pain in the shoulders, near back. I had, I've talked about this before, but I was just like, no pain. I'm just like, I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. And so, I wanted to optimize my hormones, nutrition, improve skin, hair, and teeth. And so you can see on my blood labs, I didn't have my before, I just had my new blood labs taken, but what I had improved in my blood labs, less stress in the central nervous system, better kidney detox, improved bone mineral densities, leaky gut resolved, still have some work to do on insulin improvements, liver health, and sleep. Which has improved dramatically since this. My best results, I had less inflammation, improved oxidative stress. I upgraded my thyroid, better brain function, better hormones. Still need to optimize testosterone just a tiny bit, methyl Bs, and then keep my ferritin and cholesterol down. My biggest jump came in my carotid artery scan. For those of you who have not done that, make sure that this is the month that you do it. But I was able to take my biological age as a 45-year-old. I got my vascular age down to 33. And that was a big improvement for me. I was just a few years younger when I did it the first time, and then I made some changes. And one of the big changes that I made is we now have a DNA test that we can run AI through so that we can actually see the foods that you want to be eating. And I discovered that I needed to really go easy on fats. My body just does not like, my genes don't do well with saturated fat or almost any kind of fat. And so by removing that and focusing heavily on the proteins, I was able to shave off almost a decade on my vascular age. It was phenomenal. Pretty excited about that. Um, Adrenal stress. Here's my StyQ. So for those of you who come in the office and you've done StyQ, you understand how this works. It's infrared and it actually shows three-dimensionally body fat. And I'm actually, you can see I've got my body fat percentage down to 9.2. So I was happy to get in the single digits. I still have a little ways to go to hit my goal, but I'm getting super close. On my metabolomics, you can see a 50230. So doing really well with mitochondria, methylation. My toxic exposure is getting better and better. I do have a little bit of arsenic. So trying to figure out where that is probably in all the traveling I do, picking it up in the water. Because we have a whole house filter here. But yeah, really excited about that. My micronutrients are getting more dialed in. And then even my Colby profile, not that you can improve this, but one of the things that you'll see next year that we're going to be utilizing is more of these tools. And for those of you in strategic coach, you understand these, but my Colby 4293 and Chris, you and I are twins. We've got one of our members on here, Chris, who he and I realized we were at Coach in Chicago last week, and we're like, hey, wait, you're a 4293 and we have the same print, which print is to enjoy life and be happy. That's that's what the 7 is, and then 8 is being strong and self-reliant. And then my working genius is an innovator and a discerner. And so I like to invent things, and then I like to use my discernment to see if they're going to actually be valuable. So this is one of my inventions, this progress report, health progress report. As far as my phases of care this year, I went through a reset, which was super helpful. I did a full brain reset with cerebral lysin IVs in May. I did a full body makeover, stem cell therapy everywhere, shoulders, back, knees, brain, you name it, we did it. And I did not list all of my peptides because I'm usually on about 12 peptides on average per day. And so I just didn't take the time to write it all out, but I do have documentation there that I'll be sharing. But one of my big upgrades that I did is I started a program, and I definitely recommend it for all of you guys, Tristan and Nikki, when you're working with them. Ask them about some of the knees over toes stuff because it is phenomenal. So I started what's called the athletic greatness training because for those of you who know, my ridiculous goal this year, because every birthday I have a daily goal of doing something for my health, some kind of challenge, creating a new habit. But on my goals, I have to touch the rim, and ideally to be able to like dunk a little tennis ball, or to at least get my increase my vertical jump to the level that it was when I was younger. When I was on the high school basketball team, I could barely touch the rim, kind of, and that's what I want to get to. And I was playing basketball with my son over the weekend, and I was able to touch that little metal thing on the bottom of the rim. So I'm now touching the rim, but I still have about maybe an inch and a half or 2 inches more to go. But I've already improved my vertical by about 4 inches. So, and that's the ATG training. Tristan put me on some exercises of how I can start building my vertical. I'm using my Normatec boots more frequently. Last winter, I had my best ski and snowboard winter, and then I prepared for mountain biking. And then I moved into my recharge. And so in my recharge, this is, in the recharge phase, for those of you who are in the Accelerate Wellness program, you'll see we take you into increased stamina, flexibility, feeling, looking younger, improved gut health, less gas, indigestion, better libido, eat less, feel better. And that's definitely been my experience. So So I had a phenomenal mountain biking season. I shared my Switzerland experience. I had one of my absolute favorite experiences ever was mountain biking in Switzerland. My wife and I went, and we just had the best time. And sorry, I realized it's super dark when I looked at my screen. Sorry about that. And so, mountain biking, hiking, did a bunch of stuff in the Uintas here in Utah, and then added some new red lights in my protocol, a new sauna, and then doing cold plunges 5 times per week. I was out there this morning. It was 7 degrees and it was cold, but man, it's just been amazing. So overall, I trimmed down. I lost 15 pounds, 9.2% body fat. Might be a little less than that right now. Peptides and protocols, regenerative medicine. This is where I did my DNA report with AI assistance. And so this is one of the things I'm really excited about right now is because there's so many things genetically that I've looked at that the last 5 years I've been a little bit lukewarm about it. There's 5 major SNPs, and you hear like Gary Brecka talk about it all the time. And those 5 major SNPs were really important like 10, 15 years ago, but now we realize like, man, there's so much more that we're missing. And the human brain is only capable of, well, my brain anyway. I know many of you may be able to take in a lot more than me, but there's just only so much that we can ascertain from those reports. But now that we have AI that's reading the reports and giving us some real-time data, we're running SNPs for sleep, for example. And I had one of you that was like, I really want to find out if my 4 hours of sleep is just genetic or if it's damaging me. And we found out that it was damaging him. It was not good for him. And so I also learned, like I mentioned on my fats, no saturated fat. I don't metabolize magnesium very well. I already knew about my methylation pathways and some of the brain pathways, but learning about some of these micronutrients, I also learned that my mold toxicity. I've got sensitivity to mold, which is I've never tested that gene or never had the data. We've tested the genes, but we didn't know how to interpret those. So I've been able to get a brand new protocol put together the last 2 months since I ran my report, and just feeling better than ever. So some of the peptides that my body really loves is the thymosin beta 4, BPC 157. That combination has been amazing. So now we'll move into my restore phase, and that's what I've been doing the last 3 months. Pilates twice weekly, up from once. My Sundays and Wednesdays, either Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesdays. And my wife is just a phenomenal Pilates instructor, and she's been a big inspiration to me. We both had massive, we've always, our agreements that we always will stay healthy and not let ourselves go, physically, mentally, things like that. And this year we just said, let's take it to the next level. And she's really done that. She's just been so good for me. I'm so well cared for by her, and it's amazing. So we've been doing Pilates together. I do couch stretch daily, has been really helpful. I did my full body scan in March in Texas with Steve Marler's crew and with Dr. Sparks and Dr. Wright, who many of you have met with and know. And we found out I had 2 bulging discs in my low back. And so once I did stem cells, I realized that the couch stretch and releasing my hip flexors was one of the most important things I could do to keep the healing activated. And it's been amazing. And then meditation before bed has just really helped me get into a deeper place. I just love reading. And so just getting calm and getting in touch with my own thoughts before bed has been really helpful. I ended up treating my left shoulder again. I had pain relief for about 3 months. And then I'm not smart. I know my wife always tells me, you don't give it time to rest. I don't. I'm the worst patient, but I actually injured it again, mountain biking, had an accident. And so I got it injected again, and now it's doing phenomenal. Epitalin, DSIP has gotten my sleep just really dialed in. And I'm loving my mitochondrial peptides right now, the SS31, MOC, 5 amino. Those have been amazing. So So yeah, I've had incredible return on my health investment. I'd never, I've never looked back at my health or, as going through accounting and been like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have spent money or time on my health. It's just what a waste. I feel great. I look great. Yeah, well, not necessarily, but I'm looking better all the time and I'm sleeping great. That was such a waste. But no, the one area where I've always has an outsized return on my investment is when I've invested in my health. And this year, I would absolutely have to say I've had a 72% increase in emotional and physical energy, 82% sleep improvements. And by the way, I didn't put this in there, but my favorite sleep tool, because I try all the weird biohacking stuff, but my wife and I got a bed jet. And if you don't like because we've had the chili pad, and those are great. It runs water through coils. But actually, the bed jet, we have this really cool sheet that you can actually regulate your bed temperature with air, and it is phenomenal. I love it. It's my favorite thing, and it's helped my sleep immensely. And then I've had 3 times increase in cognitive energy and health confidence. So never has there been a more exciting time for me to be in healthcare or to experience, what I've been experiencing. So I'm looking at the next year and I'm saying, what do I want to accomplish for 2024? And that's really what we've been doing. I've been spending a lot of my day today just helping each one of you map out your next year of care. And it's so exciting to see how many people, we have, Kate, I mean, we have, when people finish their Accelerate Wellness, we're experiencing about an 85, 90% of people continue on into kind of our longevity optimization program. Is that accurate?
95%.
95, I stand corrected. So yeah, so we love you guys, and you guys, hopefully we're doing good. We're always trying to do better. But yeah, that's what happens. And so here's some of the peptides I'm going to be on. Because my goal is, next year I'll just be continually resetting, recharging, restoring so I can reclaim all the things I love most in life, which is, my health, and everything gets better. When health improves, everything improves. So yeah, that's Reagan's report card. Cade, I went through that kind of fast because I feel kind of weird talking about myself so much, but
Hey,
but
I like it. I need to do a report card on myself.
and I guess we should just put it out to the audience. How many of you, because we want to do this for all of you, but how many of you would love to see a report card like that, to track your journey throughout your life? And we'll have better details than mine. Mine was Reagan being my own practitioner who just kind of put in some lowball things, but yes, good. Um,
Yeah, I'm excited to roll this out. We're going to be doing these report cards with yeah, it'll be gradual because the labor on that is pretty intensive, but we're working with some automation and AI that I think very quickly will be able to make it a lot faster. Be able
yes. And if you guys can look for emails from us, because we may have you fill out kind of a health, one of our health accelerator checklists, so that we can use that kind of a snapshot of it. But yeah, we 2024, we just want to just improve everything we're doing, and we couldn't do it without you guys. And so, man, it's been just my favorite year yet. So many breakthroughs, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you, Kate. Thanks for being such a great partner, great friend, great brother. Genetically superior, which is shitty, but Kate got all the good genes. We ran genes. I have evidence that am at a massive disadvantage except age. If I wasn't 10 years older, I just have no chance. So luckily I have a decade of a head start on you. So that's been great. That's my win.
Yeah, when I saw, so for those of you that haven't done your genetic DNA insights, reach out to us. That's a really intriguing test. But Yeah, I was when I saw that my muscle building was elite compared to yours, I was like, all right, at least I got something. You got
Yeah.
more brains though. All these goodies that you're talking to everyone about, pretty brilliant.
I don't know about that. Some days, yeah, but yeah. And Diane's wondering, what does the test cost? There's a bunch. We'll have to see. There's like varying. There's like some pretty inexpensive, like $100 up to like the full thing is like I think it's like 1,500, 1,600 to get the AI, but it's everything. So well worth it because you have that information for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and the report that comes with it's really robust.
Yeah, so cool.
So many cool things on it.
Yeah. All right. So everyone's challenge this week is go back and do a little journaling about your health transformations. And then next week is going to be our last one for the month. And then I would love if you guys can send us some data. I'll build your report card for those of you who are in a program. If you want to be there, and if you don't mind sharing, we'll need like a HIPAA release, but and we won't share any details that you wouldn't want shared, obviously, but we'll build it out for you, and then we can share it with the group. Do a couple of highlights. So I'd love to highlight you guys and everything you've done, just like I did with Carol. Kate, wasn't Carol's her transformation just cool?
Really cool.
Yes.
Awesome to hear that.
Yeah, so we want to hear from you guys, but really appreciate you guys, and we will see you next week. And yeah, reach out to the office, email, and we'll get that built for you.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Have an amazing day.
Bye bye.